I ain't gonna lie with you guys. I had to use the bathroom. I feel like so far this week we've had to use the restroom quite a bit during the stream. At least this time it was near the beginning. I think it gave you guys kind of enough time to be able to look at what is in the item shop without me having to give my thoughts and opinions. So by all means, at least you guys got to see what was in the item shop, and then of course you could go on your merry way. I am of course going to plug in my mouse, and I'm also going to change the temp on this AC from a 2 to maybe a 4. Hold on, let me... There we go. Okay, where's my phone? I'm gonna use my phone this time around as... Or not even that. I'm gonna continue using my old tablet just in case. And the old tablet's dead. Oh, wow. Okay. Good thing I have my phone. But we're gonna use this as our second screen for today. Kind of a messy intro, I know. But how is it going, everybody? I am the Zaben Neo Zaben here on Broadcast Zaben, and we are back with another item shop review. I think I didn't do it yesterday, so, or maybe even the day before. I just know we just haven't done it. So here we are. Now, this is gonna be pretty cute. So first things first, for those who are new to this, I like to give my thoughts and opinions on everything in the item shop, and I understand that everybody's thoughts and opinions are very different. So if you have a very different, thought and opinion on a skin, a glider, etc., by all means, comment in the comment section. Let me know what did you guys think about the item shop, and of course you can always take a step further, and you can even message via Discord, link in the description. You can go ahead, you can say a little comment like, hey, I know you didn't like the faded cool wrap, but I really like it because I love color gradients or something, by all means, or anything at all, really. Or you could be like, well, Castor is really not my favorite. I wish he was a better looking wizard or maybe younger. By all means. Again, thoughts and opinions, you guys are able to say. We will respect it and do be kind to one another. Let us not be too hasty on each other for what we like, because everybody's interests are very different. Anywho, separating the featured from the daily as usual, and we're going to start off with Cyclo. Now, it just says defy the storm and wherever the wind blows. Now, what is about this, to me, what seems very interesting is it is clearly a person in a suit, but the exposed parts seem to be connected to the device. Now, it seems like, well, the intention of this skin is to go up against, or like it says, defy the storm. So this is, technically it is, or I don't know if I want to say technically, but is a part of the Fortnite story. I have a little theory that this might be Midas, just because it is very likely that Midas seems to have, I don't know if I want to say an obsession, but he does have this suit in his room. Don't know why he would have, an exposed arm. I think they just had that as a detail to be like, oh, look at this cool skin. What the heck? Oh, hold on. Let me open the door for my dog. Okay. As I was trying to say, I think this might just be Midas who got into the suit, did something with the device that he has, turned into this device thing, or maybe he used the device, and then used it on the suit, and became a person. But regardless, I think if this isn't going to be Midas, it's going to be a being of his own creation, intended to go up against the storm. Something about it's going to be wrong. Explosion, possibly flooding, we really don't know yet, but overall as a skin itself, I think it looks pretty awesome, and it looks very close to the skin that we've had before, where it was the Storm incarnate. Now this is a Thing incarnate. Next, as a part of the TKO set, we have Moxie. Not bad. I mean, I kind of wish it was more boxer-like, I guess. I mean, maybe this is a boxer, but the thing is, it's the spike. you know, all that stuff. It kind of reminds me of roller derby, I guess. But I would like it if they went out of their way and did do some type of boxer thing. The backpack, they're back bling in this case. Kind of, you know, it's like a moose with some boxing gloves and moves around. I kind of like that, honestly. But overall for this skin, not too bad. There really just isn't, I would say, anything to stand out very much with it. The axe, also known as the Clobber Axe, isn't too bad either. It's just a fist with spikes on like a spring, on a stick. Not too bad. I think they should have had it maybe react a little bit where it like bounces back or something. That would have been a nice little detail to have. And then I think this is the final thing in the set. Yes, it is Faded Cool. Now, I kind of like this, but I don't get the idea of what this is. It just looks really random, I guess. But I kind of like it just because of the gradient of this yellow to a light blue. And then, you know, I guess this does make it look a little different, or something to make it kind of stand out. But overall, it's okay. It's an okay one. I've definitely seen a lot better. Next, we have Midas's Revenge, which this could clearly, or I wouldn't say clearly, but this could easily be, you know, a part of, how do you say, like Midas in another world, because obviously this skull, if it had flesh on it, wouldn't match up with what Midas has. So clearly this would either have to be a being who just looked like this, or maybe created it, or Midas in another time or dimension. There's a lot of different odds and possibilities. We really don't know. An interesting little fact, this oro is Spanish for gold. Just so we know. I think that's pretty cool. Now, I think what's cool about this is he does have 3 styles. He has like a shiny gold, he has a gold that isn't shiny, and then he has Skeleton King. Now, obviously, this is a king, Golden King, Skeleton King. It's weird that it's called Midas's Revenge, because who the heck is this king? But overall, I think this is pretty cool. Like, honestly, during Halloween, this would be a nice touch to have. Any other time, gold. And heck, if you want to be gold during Halloween, you can do that. And of course, he has a back bling as well to match, you know, glowing, not glowing, and a dark variant. Kind of looks like a throne. It says mantle, though. Next is Skeleon? I don't know. But I think this is cool because it says nothing stops a dragon. Clearly, it's a dragon made of gold. But it's like the remains of the dragon. Again, same thing. You can have it in a glowing gold. You can have it in a plain old gold, which I think I prefer the not shiny variant. But I think the best of them all is this version, the Skeleton King. I don't think there's really, in terms of like looks and everything, I think everything's the same. They just color coded it differently. And it looks pretty cool. I generally prefer the more darker tone. Nothing wrong with gold, but the darker shading and everything, in my opinion, just looks a lot better. Now to the daily, we have a couple things. I'm going to start off with Caster. Now, what's cool about this is he does have 3 styles. Obviously, if you like wizards, this will definitely be up your lane. But out of all of these, he has 3 different styles. He has his regular variant. He has his, I'm going to use my controller here because I am away from the mouse. He has the fire version, and he also has the ice water. Okay, now we're back. I think what makes this just stand out to me personally is that his alternate variants just look a lot better than his own, like, actual default. Like, I would generally prefer to have the fire and ice variants way more than I would the default. But I think that's just because fire looks more epic, ice isn't like so bad, but it looks a bit cooler, and then the default is just the default variant. Of course, this back bling is there to match, so you aren't just with a regular back bling. You can get a fire version, or you can even get the ice version. Next is an overpriced default skin. 1,200 V-Bucks for this skin. I mean, it's insane how much this thing costs. Personally speaking, this is one of my favorite defaults. Ranger Ramirez, one of my favorites. I like, and it makes sense to have the Arctic look, just because in this new map of Fortnite, you obviously have the snowy areas where, well, it snows. So it makes sense to, you know, kind of use this skin for those areas. Other than that, it really doesn't mean anything. I don't see, like, I want to say, oh, it should have an alternate style, but I say that about like a lot of skins. I think they should have just gave this a back bling, to be honest. Because again, this is just one of those disc skins that came from like season 1 or 2 that it cost way too much, and some people still genuinely bought it. And don't get me wrong, this is a nice looking default. I just think it's very overpriced. Next, we have the Star Wand, not a part of a set, surprisingly. I still think every time I see this, it should be a part of those like pillow sets, the little dream set or whatever the heck it's called, where you play as like pillows and blankets, and it's pretty cool. I mean, aside from just like being this like cutesy little pickaxe, there's really not much else to it. It's got a nice little noise when you swing the pickaxe, but other than that, I don't know if this would be one. Oh, wait. So if you run with the pickaxe, it drops little stars. Ooh, okay. I like that little touch. 800 V-Bucks, is it worth it? I would say for a pickaxe, maybe. I would prefer, obviously, to be cheaper, because anything cheap, awesome. But in terms of this, I think it makes sense, and I am definitely for it. 800, again, it's just kind of a lot. Next, we have 3 emotes, so I'm going to go with these first, because I have them. And we're going to start off with Lock It Up. Oh, what was that? It was too fast. Hold on, let me play it again. That's it. What people may know, it is called the woe, or hitting the woe, something like that. It's very simple. Literally anybody with, I don't know, a couple brain cells could do it. I don't know why they called it Locked It Up. I feel like they could have just called it Whoa, or maybe somebody would have claimed it as Whoa. I'm not sure what the story is there, but it's not a bad emote. I just think that maybe as a troll emote, like, I feel like this is something you'd use when you're like in Party Royale or just socializing with friends or whoever. Eliminations would probably be the second best bet, but other than that, like, I don't see this emote going anywhere. Like it's just it's nice to have and do sometimes, but not like, oh, I gotta, you know what I mean? Next, you got Star Power from Season 4. This was definitely, I swear, was definitely one of the very first emotes I ever purchased when I got, I think this was the first epic emote, actually, that I ever had. Because I did start, when I originally started, it was somewhere near mid to late Season 3. I think it was mid-Season 3 when I started playing Fortnite. And then Season 4, I should have bought a Battle Pass. I did kind of like play a little more and a little bit through it, but I didn't have the Season Pass. And then Season 5 is really when it kind of stood with me more. But honestly, I like this. It's more, how do you say, vibrant, bright, feminine, and just looks better, I think, honestly. And then lastly, we got Crisscross. It's literally just that. Crisscross, crisscross, crisscross. This one's more, I don't think I've ever seen people just do this, but it's definitely more like a dance that you would see when you go to, like, I don't know. I was gonna say like a club, but I feel like that might not be that might not be it. Probably, I don't know, having like a brain fart. I don't know. I mean, it's a very, I feel like this is a very unisex dance. Anybody can do this. But I feel like this just isn't really something you would see in a lot of areas, you know what I'm saying? And then, of course, special offers. You only have, I believe, about 3 days. About 3 days left before everything in the special offers goes away. So if you want to get the Deadpool mashups of, you know, Cuddle Team Leader and Raven, you have to get it ASAP. If you want Cable, Domino, Psylocke, get it ASAP. If you want their pickaxes along with Psylocke's glider, ASAP. Now, I'm doing this as more of a bundle thing because you do pay a lot cheaper of a price if you want all the stuff. Like, this is 3,100 altogether. I maybe paid 2,500 just to get all this. Like, just saying. For Ravenpool and Cuddlepool, 2,000 for their backbling and their skin. 2,000 for maybe it wasn't 2,000, but 1,500. Point is, you do pay a lot of a fraction of the price to get all these items. So I did get all the Deadpool stuff, all the X-Men and whatnot. Pretty awesome. You do need to get it as soon as possible. There's no saying when they will ever re-release this ever again. You know, we haven't seen the return of you know, like Black Widow or Star-Lord. We haven't really seen a comeback of previous Marvel stuff, and I think some like John Wick, or who was it? I feel like John Wick's the only one I can remember off the top of my head, but there could have been another one that made a return after such a long time that like you probably wouldn't have expected. Oh, Star Wars is another one. I think every May 4th they are going to be doing something for Star Wars, and then whenever Batman Day is, they'll probably do like, hey, you want to buy the Batman skin again? And hopefully they'll have Catwoman again, because I do want Catwoman. With that being said, this is my final verdict for everything in the item shop. Again, take it with a grain of salt because I understand everybody's thoughts and opinions are very different. So, again, separating the featured from the daily, Moxie for sure is going to be last on this list. It is more of a debate for me between Cyclo and Oro, because Cyclo is a cool looking skin, kind of like how what's his face, Spooky put it. It does genuinely kind of look like Mysterio from the Marvel series. If you don't know Mysterio, he's a guy who does hallucinations and kind of warps reality pretty much to his will, and that's pretty much it. But like most of it really is just not real. He's just playing tricks on your mind. So that's what this looks like. This looks like Mysterio. But Oro, on the other hand, is a king who's all skeletal, could be gold or bone, has different style, and I think with that being said, I might have to give it Oro number 1. If anything, it is tied with Cyclo for, you know, just in terms of looks. But I think Oro should be number 1 just because at least it has 3 different styles, 3 different coloring of the skin, while Cyclo doesn't, but still overall looks pretty awesome. So I think Cyclo is second, Oro first, and then we'll have Moxie last. Now, not saying that Moxie's horrible. I think she's better than some skins that I've seen, but I would say right now, out of these 2 guys right here, she's at the bottom of the list. For the daily, between Caster and Arctic Assassin, if we're going to be very honest, Caster would definitely be the way to go, because even though it's, you know, this old wizard guy in a hoodie, he does at least have 3 different styles, and it's kind of worth paying the 1,500. Again, you got like the regular wizard, the fire wizard, the ice wizard. Like, I can't really argue with that compared to a default who's overpriced and doesn't exactly have any other styles or anything really. But not saying Arctic Assassin is bad. I actually like the skin, but like that would run all my V-Bucks just for like a default. You get what I mean? So if this was 800 V-Bucks, I definitely would say that this was definitely well recommended, but I would say give it some thought before you do, because, you know, again, I would play default. Star Wand isn't a bad pickaxe. I think by all means, if you like it, I kind of like it. I'm not going to get it now just because I'm saving, you know, for the next battle pass, but other than that, not a bad pickaxe. I think at some point I would eventually grab. And then lastly, for the emotes, to me, in my opinion, not too hard. Star Power number 1, Crisscross number 2, and Lock It Up at number 3. Now, the reasoning why I am setting it at, you know, Crisscross at 2, Lock It Up at 3, and Star Power at 1, even though I only own Lock It Up and Star Power, is that Lock It Up is just a short, simple little emote that, heck, even when it came out, that's probably the only time I've seen players using the Lock It Up emote. Crisscross, I've maybe come across a couple people who've done it. Same thing, not a lot of people really use this emote, but regardless, I still feel like in terms of just the dance itself and doing, you know, the music, it wins over Lock It Up. But loses to Star Power just because I personally like the more, you know, the look, the feel, and everything of Star Power over Crisscross. That's just the person that I am. So anyway, with that being said, you guys, again, can always comment down below, or you can go ahead and join the Discord. Link is in the description. If you would like to help fund my channel, we have a Cash App link down below, so by all means, you guys are able to donate how much you want, whenever you want, via the Cash App. Whoa. And then, before you go ahead and, you know, maybe go about your day again, hit that like and subscribe, please. With every subscription, you guys are making us one step closer into being a featured content creator. And when that happens, get this, you guys can support me by having a support a creator code. I think that's pretty cool. And then at least it'll get rid of the Cash App in a way. Anywho, aside from that, subscribe to the other channel, the Zabin Project. That is where I put up my edited videos for you guys, and I hope that you will enjoy those videos, because I take time having to put it together and, you know, bring it up to you guys. It might be quicker for some people, but I kind of, you know, tend to lag behind. Anywho, that's all for today. I'll see you guys next time. As always, please stay healthy.